Yalonda from the dyslexia community. Sorry for those who are watching on YouTube. It's just I uploaded Facebook first, so it's a bit behind schedule, so you probably missed that bit. But yeah, this video is inspired by my good friend Yalonda from the community, and she's an African American with dyslexia. And basically, she asked me to do videos on Dubai, and it's not technically on Dubai itself, but it is for the Juventus Academy. So I'm kind of going with a sort of theme on. I'm hoping to find out information about Dubai, but I thought, because I wasn't sure which video to react to on Juventus, so I thought I would do this one from the Juventus Academy Dubai. So it kind of is what she asked for, but not quite. So I hope Yolanda enjoys and appreciates this, and I hope people out there enjoy this as much as possible. And I hope you're having a great time wherever you are. I hope my videos can bring joy, especially to Italian football fans in this case. And those who want to learn more about football or soccer. But anyway, yeah, so it is inspired by Yolanda, and I'll try and keep it short and sweet as ever if I can. I'll aim for about 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm probably going to react to all of these 4 videos in a playlist, or I'm hoping to do so anyway, all being well. And I think I'm going to roll the clip, and I might pause it to talk about my 2 cents, and try and keep it within about 5 to 10 minutes, all being well. So here goes. I hope you enjoy it. So as I often say, I love to play the adverts just to give them like views, which I hope will help, in this case, Juventus to make more money, which I hope they'll reinvest in the development of football for Juventus. For Juventus is benefit, and I hope it will benefit Italian football generally. I was going to say a point, but I think the advert's going to finish. So I'll roll the clip. So I wonder whether Juventus can help to produce so many great world-class players from Italy and overseas, including from places like Dubai. And one question I wanted to ask, actually, what I remember is, what is the UAE? I think it's a series of Arabic or Arabian, whichever term you prefer, Arabic/Arabian countries. But I'd love to know what the UAE is. Is it a network of countries, or because I thought the UAE was like one country, but I'm not sure if it's just a series of different Arab states, which are quite small. But when it comes to one thing I was going to say is, I would love for former players and even current players, when they retire, let's say, or whenever if and when they have opportunities of teams like Juventus and other Italian teams, similar. Celtic could do something similar. I can talk about Celtic as a Celtic fan as well as a fan of Italian football. I wonder if former and even current players, if ever they get chances, could coach younger, could be involved in the club as like club brand ambassadors, coaches, or even managers in the future. So I'd love to see Zidane, for instance, possibly becoming a manager of Juventus and a youth team coach and stroke or club brand ambassador. So I'd love him to do 1, 2, or even all 3 of those things. And other former players, like remind me, because Edgar Davids was a former player of Juventus, but and now Pavel Nedved from the Czech Republic is also involved in the club. But I'd love to see all the former players, like from back in the day, from history, basically all the players who are able to do so, if they're fit enough and able to do so, like within their spare time. I think it'd be cool if they go in, even like say current players, if they have time off, or the club could organise it where they work with schools where there's a lot of Juventus fans in Turin or even around the world, and even work with like special needs schools in parts of Asia and things like that, to help with like coaching. And in the future, hopefully those young people will become Juventus players, Juventus fans, and then Juventus players and that kind of thing, and benefit the club, and eventually be sold on and that kind of thing. Perhaps if necessary, or maybe they could even play for the club for the rest of their life, from all around the world. But especially producing good young Italian players. I hope that all made sense. And maybe they could give away loss leading sort of, so they give away kits and footballs and opportunities to play football, which again I hope will develop players who can become fans and then play for the club and benefit the club and that kind of thing. So hopefully that'll be a good way to promote and market the club, which I think is a smart idea, which it looks like they're kind of doing anyway. I don't know how old this video is. Well, it's 4 years. But anyway, I want to roll the clip. Hope you enjoyed that clip, and I'm probably going to talk over the other bit. So please do check out the Juventus official channel, and also the Juventus Academy UAE, which is what this is a part of. Please let me know also in the comments on Facebook and or YouTube anything you know about Juventus, or anything you know about Dubai, or both, and the UAE generally, especially including for my friend Yalonda and others who are interested in Dubai to learn about. As I say, she requested to learn about Dubai. I know I'm talking more about the football side of things and Italian football as well, but so I suppose it's kind of not quite what she asked for, but I hope Yalonda and others enjoy these clips. I'll say another thing is I was thinking like my fellow Eurasians, Anglo-Indians and other Eurasians, I talked about making a network between them, and I'd love for us Eurasians to go as a group to places like Turin and work with Juventus and even their rivals Turin. We know as a fan of Italian football generally, even though they're rivals, and help them to practice. And also I'd love to see if my fellow Anglo-Indians and other Eurasians could practice with them and maybe even have fun ourselves, especially younger Eurasians. Obviously, for people who are too old, it would be hard to do. But for those who are able to run, or some might play walking football, but mainly the younger people, I suppose, the younger Anglo-Indians and Eurasians, hope they'll have a lot of fun, but also help to benefit Italian football and maybe even help to develop the skills and make Italian football more creative. But I'd love to know also, like, if Juventus could produce the next Zidane, preferably from Italy itself. And also I'd love for my fellow neurodiverse people, I almost forgot to say, so two groups of people, Eurasians and neurodiverse people, to go to Turin and other parts of Italy and help Italian football teams like Juventus to practice and hopefully help to fundraise for them. And on that note, I would love for the UAE to invest in, like, because of my patterns, which I'm talking about, I would, including alliterations and stuff like that, I would love it to be like UAE for Udinese. In other words, the UAE to invest as much as they can in the football club Udinese. And I thought of like Dubai and Qatar. I would love for them to invest in Roma, but I would also love for if there's some sort of way for Arabian nations or others to invest in Juventus as well, like help them to build football pitches, stadiums, stadia, whatever you call it, and academies and that kind of thing, including for younger players, as well as helping to buy players from overseas. But as I say, I'd love for former and current players to be involved in, like, being club brand ambassadors, coaching, and maybe even being managers of the team, and especially youth team coaching to develop players in the future. Yeah, I think that's covered all the points I can think of. I'm sure there's, as ever, I'm sure there's some points that I've forgotten to mention, as there generally is. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think as ever. And again, if you know any facts about Juventus or Italian football generally, Celtic as well, because I'm a big fan of Celtic. Also, for those who've seen my other videos, you'll know that. And also, more than likely, but also Dubai or the UAE or Arab nations generally, if you know anything about any facts about them, or if you've been there and what do you think about them, any negative or positive experiences or things they could do to improve upon or things like that, I think it'd be cool to talk about those sorts of things, what they could do more positively, maybe to promote tourism, what they could invest in maybe, or whatever else you think. And I suppose I'm very competitive, so I think of like Juventus and other Italian teams winning and doing well in Europe and internationally. I was going to mention a point about the Champions League. I'm hoping to react to some videos on the Champions League and give my thoughts on those sorts of things as well. But unfortunately, there's no Italian teams in that. But anyway, I don't want the video to be too long, so I'll leave that for another video, possibly for another day, more than likely, but maybe tonight. But yeah, I think it's really important for the kids to have fun. Sometimes I forget football is supposed to be for entertainment, and some people might say it's just a game. But what do those people know? I'm just kidding. But yeah, I suppose it is to have fun, but I do love to win. I'm very competitive. But yeah, I'd love to know what you think. I'm going to stop waffling, and I think I did fairly well keeping the time down. And on that note, peace and love. I'm Matt.